Today we are going to look into the topic of parents, reading and writing by middle leaders from SK Seberang Ramai. Before we proceed, let us look through the house rule for today's session. Moving on, Aishah will proceed by introducing our speaker.
Anati has 6 years teaching experience in Sarawak and Selangor. The second speaker is Najdah. She holds a master degree and has 16 years experience as a primary English teacher. And our third speaker is Shadatul Nazwa from Sabah. She has degree in teaching English for young learners, and she has 9 years of experience as a teacher and 2 years experience as middle leaders. Now, without further ado, I would like to hand over this session to our first speaker, Shadatul Nazwa. Over to you, Nazwa.
Okay, hello, Assalamualaikum, and a very good afternoon to everyone. So before we go deeper into this session, just let us ask these 5 simple questions to ourselves. You can answer by writing it down in the chat box, okay? You just have to type the word in capital letters. Okay, the first one, do you feel strong today? Or do you feel stretched beyond your limits? Or do you feel like you need to increase your speed? Or sometimes you feel you want to be invisible? Or do you feel like you have many skills and you are ready to rock? So let us see your answer in the chat box. You can just type it and post it in the chat box. Okay, Casey says she feels strong. Someone says she want to be invisible. She need to be invisible. So there are 2 people say that she need to be invisible. Okay, it's actually all of us are incredibles, right? All of us are incredibles. We have our own strength. So whatever answer that you are giving, actually you all are incredible. So let us see what answer again. Okay, speed. I can see some speed written down there. Okay, what else? What answers are they giving? Strong, good. Jasmane says she feels strong. She is incredible. Okay, let me summarize this. Actually, as teachers in this pandemic world, we all are incredible. So teachers are not teachers anymore. We tend to be YouTubers, TikTokers, bloggers, just to fill the needs of our students to get their right for education, right? So we are incredible. Teachers are incredible in this pandemic world. So for the next slide, let us move to the next slide. You can still post your answer in the chat box. We will check it out. Okay, we will go into our breakout room. So we will break you into small group. Then once you enter your breakout room, the first step that you need to take is you have to pick a speaker that will represent himself, that will give feedback when we are coming back into this big room. So the things that you will do in your breakout room is, first, you need to introduce yourself, and then you will discuss these 2 questions. The first one is what is going well with parents and literacy. And the second one is what issues are you currently having with parents and literacy. Okay, let's go to our breakout room.
Please introduce yourself in the chat and tell us what's going well with parents and literacy and what issues you are currently having with parents and literacy. Yes, during the pandemic, I think people have really risen in the schools we are working at. They have really risen to the occasion of engaging students in literacy and in developing literacy, reading, communicating with teachers about reading, LEAPED has run an initiative to make students feel better about COVID-19, and they have also introduced some books for these students to engage in. Reading and literacy, speaking, listening, all those skills required for literacy is a challenge as it is. It's a challenge, but it is very important that you do not lose the faith and keep going, especially now during the pandemic. The issues that people has been having with literacy and parents was that parents felt very demotivated because firstly they had to become teachers, and then they had to teach students to read, phonics, blending and segmenting and all those things that goes with phonics, and then also getting used to teaching them across subjects. Literacy, being literate, is the foundation to successful learning. And people have quite a few issues with it. If you would like to share some of your issues, that's fine. Please do that. Okay.
Thank you, Jasmine.
I see people are saying that they have a problem with students understanding English. During the session today, our presenters will give you some indication of what they are doing in their school to improve the understanding of phonics, how to teach phonics, and what they do to implement it in the school. I think understanding English can be developed very well if you think about immersing children into the language. One thing we had on Bright Ideas, we had a while ago, we had some material that actually explains to parents how to actually immerse their children. Put some name tags, labels around your home with English words. Label the fridge, label the chair, label the bed, label the door, and all of those practical things do develop with the understanding. All those things do develop the understanding of English, because students make the connection between the object, the visual, and the word. What we do advise also in the Bright Ideas resource is that you actually then do it maybe room by room in your house, or you change the things you label. It also depends on your child's age. From that, you can move from labeling objects around the house. You can then move into building sentences with it. You can also do the dictionary challenge. You can say to your children, okay, this is the word in English. Can you write the word in Bahasa? Once they have mastered that, you can then give them the Bahasa words and ask them to write the words in English without having the labels around. Right? So it can be a really fun time during the pandemic. It's something you can engage the whole family in, and it is something you can enjoy. The word enjoy is so important. The pandemic has locked us all down. Students are Zooming. Parents don't know what to do, but we are trying to give you some resources to be practical, filled with enjoyment. Right? We also have our global learning platform where students can engage in English with schools around the world, students around the world. And we highly recommend that you go to our website and see whether you would like to join that. Like for instance, tomorrow we have our student hub with schools from Malaysia, India, Philippines, South Africa, and some guest speakers from Vietnam. And it's all in English. But people are sharing what's their culture tomorrow. That's another way of always just immersing people into English in a fun way. We hope you can visit our website and just check out what students are doing. And you'll see Malaysian students especially has done some brilliant work. Click on our schools on the website and see how our students are engaging with pen pals in New Zealand. They are doing sustainable development goals projects. They are doing climate change projects. They are doing creative writing. So thank you for joining us during this breakout time. See you back in the main room.
Okay, I think everybody is back here. So without further ado, we have how many? Okay, let us hear a sharing from breakout room 1, or any speakers want to share. Just introduce yourself and share your point that you discussed in your breakout room just now, or I will invite my members from my breakout room. Puan Rabia. Puan Rabia, can you share the thing that we discussed just now?
Good afternoon, everyone. Assalamualaikum. Good afternoon, everyone. There were 6 of us in the breakout room, and only I spoke with Najdah. So I'm like, I'm the one to present. I am from Kuching, Sarawak. I joined this webinar because I'm interested to know how the Perlis team engage parents with literacy. So I'm Rabia, like I said, I'm education advisor for Kota Samarahan cluster. What goes well with parents and literacy during the MCO PDPR is that parents are more supportive of the children. They support. They feel the need to support the children because the children are at home during the PDPR. So there's good collaboration between parents and teachers in terms of home support for the kids. Issues that are currently that the parents are facing with schools facing the parents and literacy is that many parents facing a problem with inaccessibility, not stable accessibility of internet devices, shared devices, parents working, some illiterate parents who can support literacy, requires the teachers to work harder to reach out to the kids whose parents are illiterate. I think that's all I said. Thank you. Okay.
Thank you, Puan Rabia. Okay, how about the other breakout room? The speakers.
Okay. Okay, I'm from breakout room 1.
Yes, Morgan.
My name is Morgan. I'm from Baharom cluster Negeri Sembilan. So formerly I was working in Perlis, but now in Baharom. So actually what happened, Baharom, we just started a project there in the month of April. All right. So actually not much I could comment about the parents' involvement with their children. But only thing what I noticed that in this school, they already, the teachers, especially the English and BM Panitia, they have already started a literacy program with the students who can't read BM and English. So they have listed down all the students' name. And in fact, they have formed a committee. And what happened now, the teachers are helping the students. But we assume that we have normally, like as what Rabia was telling, normally like educated parents, they do support their children at home. But some parents who don't have time, so I don't think so. They have the time to support their children. So for the time being, from Baharom cluster, I would say that we can't really see much about parents' involvement with this literacy program. So I hope that now we are liaising with Cassie. Cassie school is doing well with literacy program. So now we are liaising with Cassie, and we hope that maybe once the school reopens, we will try our level best to have parents' involvement with literacy. I think that's all from me, representing from Group 1. Thank you.
Thank you, Morgan.
Welcome.
So thank you to the speaker that shared. So next we'll move to the next session. So I will pass my baton to my colleague, Miss Najdah.
Najdah, you are on mute.
Okay. Right, thank you, Wawa. Hi, Assalamualaikum. Thank you, everyone, for being here. It's an incredible honor for me to share about this wonderful program today. I'm Najdah, a teacher and media leader at SK Seberang Ramai. So our program is called Shining Literacy Program, or in Bahasa, we call it as Program Literacy Kemilau. I think by hearing the name, you can guess a bit about it, right? Okay. Let's go to the next slide. So, there are three main reasons why we started this program. First and foremost, the low literacy scores, mainly in English. English is often thought as a tough subject for our students in rural area. Therefore, we had to think of a program that will help them not only with the scores, but also build up their confidence. Secondly, not only did we want to improve English, we wanted to improve literacy across two other main language subjects, which are BM and Arabic. And lastly, finally, we started this program because research and experience have proven that literacy is the foundation for all learning. It is beneficial overall, enhancing reading, writing, speaking, and also listening skills. Improves all overall performance in every area of life. Okay, let's go to the next slide. Okay, this is what we do, our launching day of our program, Shining Literacy Program, on March 11, 2020. We launched this program. It is to officially introduce it to all the teachers and our students. We presented our students with a bag. Each bag contained VIP books, reading journal, a coffee notepad, and a pen. Fortunately, we were able to launch it before the first MCO. So our students were able to interact with the materials and enhance their learning skills during mandatory lockdown. Lucky us to have this before the MCO. So let's go to the next slide. We have, okay, as you can see here, this is our model classroom. You can see before and after. The idea came from our lead advisor, Madam Casey. Thank you, Casey. A vacant room was transformed into a room filled with resources for everyone. One unique feature, as you can see in the picture, is the Durian Reading Center, shaped like a king fruit, the durian. So our students love to be in this room. Materials are provided, and they use this by, all these are used by students, teachers, as well as parents. The room is really utilized by them. Okay, we have, for the next slide, we have about parents who come to school to support us with the program. As you can see in the picture, our parents, the parents of our school, are welcome to be in this model classroom too. It becomes a gathering place for them. We want them to feel together to think how serious we are with the program. We want them to know what's going on in our school and be part of the program. I seriously think parents' involvement would help us to reach our hopes, dreams, and goals. You can see during this session in the picture, our headmaster and teachers shared various activities that parents can do with their children at home. A very fruitful session actually for us and for the parents too. Okay, let's take a look at the next slide. What is it that we offer to our kids? Okay, this is Vocab is King book. As you can see here, this book is used in a class and at home. We want to help our kids to improve their English vocabulary. The contents of the book is parallel to our English syllabus from year 1 to year 6. It's like a top-up lesson as they can use this to revise the word learned through spelling, pronunciation, and word comprehension. The parent can also monitor their kids' performance. They can sit with them and revise the vocab together. It's a way of helping their kids' learning process and connecting home to school. That's the key that we are trying to achieve in our program. Okay, so we have the next slide. Right, this is a prestigious achievement for us to be involved in global learning program. It was started by Miss Jasmane. It opened a door to us. We also involved in the e-training program and also FIFA World Education. You see the student in the picture has enhanced literacy skills through this global program. Such a proud moment for us actually to have one of our students to speak about international sustainable development goals. Through this program, we share, communicate, and collaborate with other teachers around the world. Those pictures shown, you can see beside the girl there, those pictures shown are students' work about climate change during MCO. It provided opportunity for parents and students to share knowledge and support each other. We are so blessed actually to have these kind of parents. They support us in every way of their children's learning. They never stop providing a learning environment at home. What a blessing to have these kind of parents to row the boat with us actually. Thank you, parents. Yeah, let's see what the videos showed to you.
Hello, hi everyone. I am binti from Sekolah Kebangsaan Seberang Ramai, Perlis, Malaysia. Have you ever heard what is sustainable development goals are? Do you know what the sustainable development goals is about? Let me tell you a little information about this. Sustainable development goals are the blueprint to achieve a better and more sustainable future for all. It also calls for action by all countries to promote prosperity while protecting our planet. They have 70 collections of the global goals, and I choose the first one from that 70 collection known as no poverty. Poverty means that the income level is so low for the basic human needs. It becomes one of the most problem in every country. Come everyone, we all together give your maximum support to achieve no poverty in the world by this coming 2030. That's all for me. Thank you. Bye.
Yeah, you can see how proud I am as a teacher in SK Seberang Ramai, looking at the children, looking at my kids doing good in speaking, in writing. So we have so much to offer actually. And last but not least, we have a program with pen pal program and also creative writing. What we do is to expose our children to writing, to build up their confidence. Just write whatever they want, express their feeling. So the first that we ask our student or urge our students to do is let them participate in the creative writing competition. Schools from a few states in Malaysia took part. We were very proud as one of our kids won the 3rd place. And this pen pal program started last year. Our students in year 4, year 5 and year 6 were able to connect with the students in several schools in New Zealand. Thanks to Madam Kush for her help and support. So during this MCO period, parents came to school to send their children's letters, stories to the teacher in charge. You can see in the picture, they are very proud being involved in this kind of activity. So it's really truly amazing for me to see and for us as teachers to provide our kids with this kind of program and activities. Actually, I have a lot to share things that we do with kids, but time limitation make me stop here. So with that, thank you. Over to you, Anati. I'm going to pass the baton to my friend Anati. Thank you.
Hi everyone, good to see you here. Thank you for joining our webinar. So the next thing that I want to share with you is our program, one of our program under Bahasa Melayu panel, which is Satu Minggu Satu Peribahasa. In English is 1 week and 1 idiom. What we wanted from this program is for the student to participate fully and actively throughout this program, which is the student themselves will create their own idiom dictionary. Before this, we actually have this one big box at school near the staircase that will be updated weekly with new idiom for the student to read and jotted down the idiom in their own notebook. But since the student couldn't come to school, we don't want to make it as an excuse. So we decided to record a video and post it online in our school Facebook page. What we do is we give chances to the student that volunteered themselves to join the recording from year 6 to preschool to present the idiom weekly. So we give one book that is designed to be an idiom dictionary to each student. The student will then jot down the idiom that their friend presented weekly in the book. So this is one of the video that the student presents about the 1 week, 1 idiom.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Saya Muhammad Hari Akil bin Azman dari kelas 4 Mutiara. Peribahasa saya hari ini ialah rambang mata. Maksud rambang mata ialah suka membuat pilihan. Contoh ayat, ibu rambang mata melihat barang-barang perhiasan yang dijual di kedai itu.
Okay, that's just a short video. Every week we will have that short video. What we wanted is for the student to have their own way to speak. We just want the student to speak. We don't want them to be shy, just be confident. Okay, the book to your program. It is from our PSS team, which is our library teachers team. What is so special about this program? So this program is a collaborative program between our community library and our school's library. So we choose a few students from the underprivileged family that loves reading so much. So each student will be given a bag for them, as you can see in the picture. So the white bag to put the books in, and the student will come to the school library with the given bag, as you can see, and take the books that they love and brings the book home to read when they have spare time. Every week they can just exchange bring back the bag again to the school library and exchange with their friends. So they love readings and we support them. If they love writing, we support them. We just wanted to know that we support them in everything that they do. Not just that, the teachers also guided the parents and on how to spend their time and make reading as a fun activities at home. For the first encounter, we invited the parents to give guidance to them. How should we make the reading fun at home? So the student can then summarize what they have read in their Nilam books and my reading journal. So this is the last year grand prize. Next. Next page, please. Okay, this is the last year grand prize, which was fully sponsored by the school's Parents Teacher Association. And because of this very exclusive prize last year, this year, the student is very excited to join this program again. Okay, for the next program, next. Okay, for the next program is the Move for That book from our Arabic panel. It was the same as the vocab listing book. The objective of this program is for the student to enhance Arabic vocabulary that the student has learned throughout this yearly syllabus. And also, next slide, to support this Move for That book program, we also have Bengkel Literasi Semi Hot. In English, is Hot Art Workshop. This is very special to us. Very, very special because the instructor of this workshop is not the school's teacher. It is not us. We just give the instructor the time, the place to do the workshop, and the instructor is from the talented parents from our school. Yeah, he came and wanted to give something for the school, so we give him the chance to teach the student on how to create hot art. It is the parent itself. And what we love about is the student participating it actively, and they have so much fun learning Arabic and hot art throughout the workshop. It was lovely. Okay, next. And we saved the best for last. Yay! This one. This event was the epitome of honor and humility for our school. The Honorable Duli Yang Teramat Mulia Tuanku Hajah Lailatul Syahrin Akashah Halil, which is the Princess of Perlis, agreed to read a story and share her support for our literacy program. She was accompanied by her lovely daughter as well. So together they read The Very Hungry Caterpillar by Eric Carle. What an honor. So she even agreed to come to the school when the pandemic is over. It is a pleasure to know that our leader is an advocate for literacy, and she's willing to join us in our effort to enhance the skills of our students. So that's it that I'm presenting. I'm going to pass the baton back to Madam Nazwa.
Thank you, Madam Anati. So, okay, as we all know, we are still in the MCO phase, so we cannot meet parents or students online. So face to face. So what we do is we meet them online. So these are the meeting that we do with the parents, and what we are discussing in this meeting is just to lend them our ears and get feedback from them. How are the literacy program running in the house and at home? And we get so many feedback from the parents. We get so many new ideas from the parents on how to run the literacy program from home. And that's the support that the parents show us. And for the next slide is the meeting that we do with our year 6 students. Okay, we hear the idea from the parents, and we also get the idea from the student themselves. They are the one who they are the main actor in this program. So we gather ideas from them, and we share ways to improve literacy in schools, and the main objective is just we don't want this literacy program to stop during this MCO phase. We want this program to run, even though it's slow, but it's still running. So that's what we do for recently, meeting the students and parents online. Okay, let us to go to the next slide. Okay, here again, for this time, we are going to enter a breakout room again, but this time I hope those who are not sharing will share. Okay, the first thing that you need to do is to pick a speaker, And these are the two questions that you need to discuss in your breakout room. The first one is, do you think a literacy program is effective? Why and why not? And the second question is, share ideas that will work for you. Maybe there will be some interesting idea that you will share. So let us join our breakout room.
We are back again, and people are now gone back into their breakout rooms, and they have actually they are discussing whether they think a literacy program is effective. To have a program, is that a question, or should it just be implemented, or should you just go along the lines of implementing what the curriculum is asking of you during your classroom lessons and stuff like that? So I know it is really difficult to be thinking, for some, to be thinking of a program. So I think when we look at why do we have to have a literacy program, I think the presenters have made it very, very clear that they have done a needs analysis. And when they saw the levels these students are at, the levels of progress, achievement, participation in literacy, it was really scary for them. So I think it was important for them then to decide, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? Because not only is the program needed, they felt, but they had the reasons why. The data and the statistics showed why it was important. Why not? Why not? I think many people today will think, why? I don't want to do a literacy program. I have to do it online. Our schools are closed during lockdown. Teachers are not motivated for these things now. I think, in my opinion, now is the best time ever to do it. Because during this lockdown, I know the specific school presenting today, they have actually resorted to drive-throughs for those who did not have connection at home. They have also engaged their parents in webinars, sharing how they are reading for their children at home. That was their way of reaching out to the community, encouraging other parents in their location, in the school. And from there, it just lifted off. So why not? There are reasons why not. Yes, connectivity is a big problem, but there are solutions to that. And these parents involved in this program have found the solutions through collaboration. They went the extra mile and said, okay, I'll appear in a webinar. I will give advice about how to do reading, how to do phonics. Now the parents are very involved. So one reason why a literacy program is effective is because parents get involved. And now that parents need to be involved during the pandemic, it makes a literacy program so much more effective. I cannot almost think about why a literacy program could not be effective, but a literacy program also needs planning. You can see where SK Seberang Ramai have started. They have started with a needs analysis. They have said, we don't like our statistics and our assessment results. What can we do to improve that? For them, a literacy program, in addition to what they are teaching on daily basis in their languages in class, has been a viable option or route to take. When we think of the program, how do you think you would, how would you plan your program? Today's webinar is just a demonstration, a suggestion, some ideas for you to take on board to possibly think of implementing your own literacy program. We are all in different settings. We all have different teachers. We all have different school leaders, and we all have different students and parents. But if we have a program, we have structure. And with literacy, structure is very important. Once you have structure, you have direction, and the outcomes can only be that you have actually executed a very effective program if all stakeholders play their role. If I must think of ideas that works for people in schools, when we return back to the main room, others will be sharing their ideas that will work for them or are working for them. But if you think about what's going on online today, there are story change where people can join a global project. A student tells a story, it gets passed on around countries. LeapEd Global Learning will be engaging in that soon. They also have chain reactions of creative writing. You just heard them sharing about the pen pal project they're doing with New Zealand. All of those ideas can then be brought together and actually put into a structure, which we would call a program. Today, more than ever, it is important to have a program or teaching and learning in place that develops literacy. Our students are digital natives. They want instant answers. The challenge of making them read online is a big challenge because they don't read, they receive animations or they do edutainment, and the answers are there. Little reading is involved. So it is important when we think of a literacy program is to also think about digital reading. How are we going to engage our students to read on online platforms, to really read? We're moving back to the main room now. Thank you for listening, and I hope you have shared your ideas in the comments. Thank you.
Okay, here we go again. We are coming back into this big room. So we have an interesting sharing from group 5 from Miss Najdah, I think, from SK Bahau. So she has some issue with the students there. So I think I will pick Miss Najdah to share what the thing that she told us in the room just now. Miss Najdah, can you share?
Hai, selamat petang. Okay, saya Najdah dari SMK Bahau. Sebenarnya kami belumlah ada program yang besar macam yang dibentangkan tadi kan. Kami hanya baru ada satu pendekatan lah, kita kata satu pendekatan lah. Di sekolah kami baru buat satu program yang namanya klinik membaca, okey, untuk masalah pelajar kami lah yang tidak boleh membaca. Kami ada pelajar lebih kurang 22 orang dari peralihan sehingga tingkatan 5. Okey, 22 orang. Program ni kami ambil kami punya masa yang kita guna untuk buat program ni pada hari Jumaat 7.30 hingga pukul 8. Okey, setiap minggu lah. Cuma sebelum kami punya sebelum PKP ni kami sempat berjumpa 2 kali. Okey, berjumpa 2 kali. Tapi pelajar punya penyertaan tu sangat kurang sebab pada hari kejadian mereka tak datang ke sekolah. Okey. Jadi saya rasa mungkin mereka malu ataupun mereka takut bila mereka tersenarai dalam program ni. Tak tahulah sebab mereka dah besar ke macam itulah. Yang datang memang situ hanya pelajar peralihan dan tingkatan 1. Mungkin dia orang datang sekolah tapi dia tak attend kami punya program tu. Jadi maknanya setakat itulah maknanya yang setakat kami dapat. Jadi tak boleh nak tengok keberkesanan dia lagi lah. Jadi saya memang menantilah macam webinar ni, saya mencarilah apa solusi ataupun alternatif lain kan untuk mendekati mereka lah. Apa program-program yang terbaik untuk nak selesaikan masalah kami ni lah. Itu. Terima kasih.
Thank you, Miss Najdah from SMK Bahar. Okay, is there any group want to share? Because I think this issue, what do you think? This issue program is a very hot issue, I think. So, is there any group that want to share? Any speakers?
Okay, can I share?
Okay.
Okay. Before this, saya dah pergi lebih kurang around 4 school lah in rural areas. So almost the 3 school that I have taught there, macam bagus lah. So we organized English camp. Okay, that's very okay, I still remember lah when MP students, so they help us in building English camp throughout the game. So from the game, we build up vocabulary. And then in Kedah, we also have English camp where we involve a native speaker. I remember Lois Blair from New Zealand. So we got support from where we build up the pupils' interest in learning English through idioms and simile. Okay, quite simple, but then the simple activity create the pupil interest to learn English better. Okay, since their language is quite low lah. And then in Malacca, I'm very impressed when we organize 4 to 6 school in Malacca Tengah, okay, and we invite all the teachers work as a facilitators, and the teacher in our school also facilitators, and we also invite an English teacher from ITES to give to motivate the children, and we help through the program to facilitate the group in each among the school. So we mix the pupil in these 6 schools, they mix groups, and then result was quite impressive lah, because the result is very expected. Macam kita tengok, before this our student macam selalu lower self confidence and so on, but then when we mix them, okay, among the other people from the different school, then they can show their talent. Okay, they can speak in front of the others, and then they also can build what we call logo. Dia mencipta satu logo tu macam simbol. Okay, from that macam kita buat satu camp tu, tenang talent sendirilah. So very effective. Okay, sangat enjoyable lah, and teachers also feel wow. But then when we go to PSR result, okay lah, it's fine. At least they try their best before this. Okay.
Okay. Thank you for the sharing. Okay. Now let us move to Q&A part. That's all from me. Thank you.
Yeah. If you have any questions, please put it in the chat or just raise your hand to ask a question. If not, we will proceed with our webinar. All right, over to you, Aishah.
Okay, thank you to all speakers. And now I'm going to share feedback link to you so you can fill up, get your certificates.
And we go back to the summary and next steps. And I think we're handing back to Najdah Baharom for that. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Okay, all right.
All right, thank you, Jess. Okay, this is what I can say. SK Seberang Ramai has embarked on a venture that has seen its share of successes and challenges. Our literacy program is a work in progress. It is not perfect, but we're always doing our best to improve in order to help our students reach their greatest potential. Our greatest asset is the strength of community, which are students, teachers, administrators, parents, and community leaders. I will leave you with a quote by Henry Ford. Coming together is a beginning. Staying together is progress. Working together is successful. That's it. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you to all the speakers. And now I've shared the feedback link for you to fill up and get your certificate. And now I'm going to hand over to Jasmine to share about our upcoming event. Over to you, Jasmine.
I'm going to just share what is this with 30 seconds. And as we close our webinar, we want you to watch the video. It's the most powerful video I've seen by school leaders and stakeholders in the literacy program. So we're going to end the event with that. If you go back to the next, the previous slide, I just want to tell you about our upcoming events. Tomorrow we have our secondary schools participating in What's Your Culture. We have our own student hubs now. We don't have teachers and teachers and teachers anymore. So the students are hosting this, they're presenting, and they're doing everything themselves tomorrow. The topic is What's Your Culture? It points back to unity, achieving the SDG goals of the United Nations by 2030. And they expressing themselves through their culture, because if we don't respect each other's culture, we won't achieve that goal. So tomorrow, that's tomorrow. And then on the 5th of August, we have a global coordinators and global student ambassadors meeting. Please join if you can, if you are interested in becoming a global coordinator, or if you want 10 of your students to become global student ambassadors. The coordinators are doing wonderful literacy projects online. So please come if you are interested. More of this will be sent to you via email. Then can we go back and watch this powerful video? I want to thank today's speakers before we watch this video. This is progress. I know the quote said this is that and this is this. This is progress. Well done. Well done. Speaking in the global language fluently, it was amazing. Thank you so much. Over to you, Shikin. You may play the video. Thank you, everybody. See you at the next webinar.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillah, Sekolah Kebangsaan Seberang Ramai telah berjaya melancarkan program literasi yang kami namakan program literasi Kemilau atau Shining Literasi Program pada 11 bulan 3 2020 dengan gabungan dua buah penelitian bahasa, iaitu penelitian bahasa Melayu dan bahasa Inggeris, juga kerjasama daripada konseling dan juga pusat semua sekolah, menggunakan kelebihan sebagai sebuah sekolah amanah zaman dulu. Program ini berjaya dilancarkan dan murid-murid diberikan sebuah beg, di mana dalam beg itu diletakkan beberapa buah buku, antaranya adalah buku VIK ataupun Vocab is King, Meridian Journal, buku Nilam dan sebuah surah Al-Kahfi. Dan buku-buku ini digunakan mengikut program-program yang ditentukan. Antaranya buku VIK ini dia adalah satu program yang memang mengikuti sukatan yang sama, sukatan bahasa Inggeris yang disediakan di dalam buku teks, dan setiap arahan diberikan oleh guru, di mana arahan itu diberikan arahan di sekolah dan program ini diteruskan di rumah. Apabila program ini diteruskan di rumah, dia menjadi satu program sarana ibu bapa, sarana keibu-bapaan, di mana program ini perlukan kerjasama dia antara pihak ibu bapa. Begitu juga buku My Reading Journal ni. My Reading Journal ni ada sebenarnya lebih kesan daripada buku Nilam yang lebih memudahkan lagi murid-murid menggunakannya sebagai merumuskan cerita berdasarkan cerita yang didengar.
So today I want to tell you the process of using a vocab is king. First of all, you had to read the words. Second, you had to remember all the words. Third, you had to know the pronouns. You also can ask your parents to help with the pronouns. Fourth, you had to write the words at here. Fifth, you had to ask your parents to check your spelling. I also asked my mom to check my spelling too. Purpose of this vocab is king book is to increase student knowledge of vocabulary through memorization of word spelling. Each word provided is according to the topic studied by the student.
Okay. Hello, I am Fadlin. I want to share you my experience in these temple activities. My new friends are from New Zealand. They always tell me about their beautiful country. There are a lot of sheep and cows. I can also learn about their culture, food.
In my humble opinion, I think maybe we will continue with online class PDPR for another 1 year because daily case keep increasing now. We have
bahasa. 1 minggu 1 peribahasa ni telah banyak membantu saya dalam meningkatkan penguasaan dalam bahasa Melayu. Dengan adanya 1M 1P melalui siaran YouTube, bukan sahaja saya dapat belajar peribahasa baru setiap minggu, malah keluarga saya juga turut belajar. Saya gembira kerana saya tidak berasa.
أنا SK Seberang Ramai binti Shukran من الصف السادس ممترة. قد اشتركت في مسابقة كلام عربي وأنا وكيل لمدرسي في هذه المسابقة. هذا برنامج قد يساعدني لرفع مستوى مهارات في اللغة العربية وأنا أيضا
Literacy program is one of the most important elements in reading and writing skills development as it opens up wide knowledge opportunities. There are various activities provided by the SKSR to ensure the success of the literacy program. For example, such as Vocab is King, fun learning programs, Nilam programs, Book to You programs, and others. It helps students develop a well-rounded approach to literacy and improves their writing, listening, and speaking skills. The ability to communicate confidently and
My opinion for literacy program is my son can read fluently in English. He always using the Vocab is King book to guide him. Vocab is King is the one of activities.
Program literasi Sekolah Kebangsaan Seberang Ramai telah dilaksanakan atas inisiatif serta idea pihak Lipad Advisor dengan kerjasama Panitia Bahasa Inggeris, Bahasa Melayu dan Bahasa Arab. Program ini telah memberi impak positif terhadap murid-murid Sekolah Kebangsaan Seberang Ramai, guru-guru serta ibu bapa dan komuniti setempat. Pelbagai program telah berjaya dilaksanakan dan telah mencapai kejayaan yang diharapkan. Tahniah dan syabas diucapkan kepada semua pihak yang memberikan komitmen yang tinggi dalam merealisasikan program literasi Sekolah Kebangsaan Seberang Ramai. Bagi mengakhiri ucapan saya ingin merakamkan jutaan terima kasih kepada pihak Lipad Services, terutama sekali Madam Cassandra, JPN Perlis, SLT, MLT guru-guru, ibu bapa dan murid-murid yang telah memberikan sumbangan dan komitmen yang tinggi di dalam menjayakan program literasi kemilau Sekolah Kebangsaan Seberang Ramai. Harapan saya agar program ini akan diteruskan di masa akan datang. Bulat air kerana pembetung, bulat manusia kerana muafakat. One team, one dream.
And there you have, you want to know more, you want to collaborate, you want to join the school in a project, these are the people to contact, Najdah, Anati, or Saidatu. And that's the email address. Thank you, everyone. See you soon.